one of the main things that stops people from waking up to all this hoaxy crap is just the embarrassment factor, just the ego factor, the shame of having been punked by this kind of shit. Just the shame. There is a certain element of shame when someone points out to you that all this donkey fucking cock, this just dog's dick of a just joke of a fucking piece of footage with this, what is this shit that's spewing out the ground, this supposed white hot molten rock, even though rock doesn't melt and it's basically all organic matter, so it would burn if you got it hot enough. But you know, they just show us so much of this stuff, and they showed it to us when we were kids and we bought into it, and I guess there's a sense of, some people feel this sense of shame at the fact they've been punked about all of this stuff. And so that holds a lot of people back from being able to accept that they've been punked, I think. And I think it's really sad. And I think, you know, if you're someone who believes in, you know, say, volcanoes, then just, you know, just consider the fact that there's no shame there's not really any shame in having been punked by people who were so dedicated and so well resourced to be able to hoax stuff of this, you know, on this scale. No one could have seen that coming, you know, necessarily. So I just think, you know, forget about feeling bad that you got played for a twat. We all got punked about various things to different extents. You know, we all believed in this bollocks stuff. You know, we all believed in, maybe, you know, some people believed in the sphere to a certain extent. Or, yeah, everyone's been punked, let's face it. And it's painful, it's painful to the ego to wake up and have to acknowledge it, and no more so than for someone like me who actually went and trained as a fucking scientist as well, you know, so I studied this stuff in quite a lot of depth, and, you know, so it's even more humiliating if you spent more time going deeper into the subject, and then, you know, you didn't figure out that it was absolute bollocks until a bit later on. Well, you know, give yourself a break. You know, you didn't know, none of us knew that there was such fucking twats in this world that would actually go to the lengths of punking us over this stuff. So I think we just, you know, instead of feeling shame about being punked, just look at it like, well, you're just maybe a good person who wanted to